Introduction: an e-commerce platform fell victim to a ransomware attack, resulting in the encryption of its customer database. This attack not only disrupted the company's operation but also posed significant risk of data breaches, potentially exposing customers' financial and personal information. The incident severely impacted the company's reputation and customer trust. The root causes of the attack were identified as outdated firewalls and weak password policies, which allowed attackers to bypass security defenses and gain authorized access to the network. This scenario highlights the critical need for proactive security measures, including updating firewall, enforcing strong password policies, and safeguarding customer data against evolving cyber threats.
Security issues. The scenario that was chosen depicts a ransomware attack on an online retailer in which the attackers encrypted the client database and demanded a fee to unlock it. Significant security flaws such as antiquated firewalls and lax password regulation make this attack possible. The network is susceptible to malevolent intrusion since outdated firewalls are unable to identify contemporary cyber threats. By giving hackers a simple way to obtain unauthorized access to vital systems, weak password policies such as the lack of complexity requirements and multi-factor authentication further increase the risk. This breach has serious and wide-ranging effects. Operationally, order processing, customer assistance, and transaction management were all interrupted by the encryptions of the client database, which resulted in major delays and unhappy customers. The company's financial losses from suspended operation and the possible ransom payment were exacerbated by harm to its brand. Customer trust is frequently damaged by breaches of this kind, and non-compliance with data protection laws like GDPR can have long-term negative effects on business and legal outcomes. The business also encountered difficulties in recovering its database, which put a load on its resources and extended the recovery time. The business must put strong cybersecurity measures in place, such as contemporary firewalls, intrusion detection and prevention system (IDPS), and virtual private network (VPS) to reduce this risk and stop such event in the future. While IDPS improves security by identifying and reacting to suspicious activity in real time, modern firewalls act as the first line of defense by efficiently monitoring and filtering network traffic. VPN lower the possibility of data interceptions by ensuring safe encrypted communication path. The business must also use multi-factor authentications to improve security and enforce strict password regulation that call for a complicated, one-of-a-kind password. Long-term resilience also depends on conducting regular security assessments, educating staff on best practices, and keeping abreast of new cyber threats.
The method and solution for firewalls. First one is combine and use suitable firewalls. There are various types of firewalls. Out of these, two are traditional firewalls and next generation firewalls, which is NGFW. Traditional firewalls are control devices that filter traffic flow through particular IP address and ports. They are very basic and work for small environments. However, they are not very useful to block severe cyber threats like ransomware. On the other hand, the next generation of firewall will allow much deeper traffic inspection, intrusion prevention, malware detection, and application level filtering. Its significance lies in that it developed technologies such as deep packet inspection (DPI), which plays a role in recognizing malicious payloads hidden in legitimate appearing traffic, as in the case of ransomware. 3 steps to find the suitable firewalls. First one is assess the existing network topology for identification of entry points for risk and high-value assets such as the customer database. Next, investigate the capabilities of NGFW in mitigating modern threats such as ransomware attacks. And lastly, compare different alternatives in terms of performance, cost, scalability, and compatibility with network design and other products and system. So by selecting an NGFW vendor could be therefore done using standard industry research frameworks like Gartner Magic Quadrants for firewalls. Also, replace the outdated firewall with NGFWs that counteract the latest threats and secure all networks gateway in the organization. After selecting the suitable firewalls, so next step is we need to establish rules and provide legitimate communications by define access control lists. So we need to set up a default deny all policy which barely permitting limited needed communications onto a minimum HTTP or HTTPS. And also we need to restrict access to sensitive resource, for example like customer database with authorized IPs. And next is establish content filtering, which we need to block malicious domains with threat intelligence feeds and DNS filtering. Also prevent high-risk downloads, for example that have .exe and or .bit files. And lastly is prevent lateral movement by build isolate zones within your database, web servers and user system. And also we need to limit communication among zones except to those workflows that are strictly required. Basically, with the aforementioned traffic regulation mechanisms that I mentioned, business will be able to run simply and only block the illegal traffic. It also makes it easier to automate rule reviews whenever necessary that can keep policy updated to suit the emerging threat. And configure content filtering system in NGFW to prevent malicious and phishing-based downloads. And also integrate the threat intelligence feeds such as Cisco, Talos, and present them most recently on a list of possible threats. Furthermore, to reduce the impact of ransomware transmissions in any internal network environment, firewalls can facilitate microsegmentation where critical systems are kept isolated from threats. After we choose suitable firewalls and also establish the rules, we need to do the testing firewall configuration. Firstly, by doing penetration testing, simulate ransomware attacks to assess firewall efficiency and also conduct port scans to discover weaknesses and analyze malicious traffic in each port. Next is doing load testing by evaluate the performance of firewalls at peak load condition to prevent major bottlenecks in processing. To assess the throughput of the firewall, stimulate DDoS attacks. The example of tool that we can use is Wireshark for packet analysis and Apache JMeter for simulating traffic. And lastly, policy validation to ensure functional parts of legitimate service, for example, customers database under the rules of the firewalls, and also to ensure that traffic block is stored for later analysis. So basically, penetration tests usually occur on a regular basis with Metasploit and Nmap and other tools being used to characterize the firewall's rules and policies of an organization. Load tests should also be carried out quarterly to understand if the project traffic bandwidth can be handled at the NGFW without any latency. Also, simulating and validating traffic using tools such as Kali Linux HPing3 also ensure business operations continue uninterrupted and secure.
The first one is deploying IDS intrusion detection system. The NIDS could continuously monitor the network traffic and it will recognize anomalies as well as non-attack signatures. With the help of this system, we were able to detect unauthorized data transfer, intrusions, unauthorized access attempts, and ransomware-specific signatures. HIDS was applied to the servers and endpoints that are of a critical nature. The HIDS system pinpoints the suspicious activities of the user, such as the unauthorized access to the modification of files, hence ensuring an extra shield at the host level. The second one is implementing IPS intrusion prevention system.
Although IDS had helped in scanning the potential threats, the IPS was able to take a more vigorous role in the denial of attack. This IPS was configured in the way of being able to automatically block all the detected suspicious traffic. The major items were among the malware attack vectors, unauthorized access items, and data exfiltration activities that were involved. The IPS response abilities in real time allowed us to quickly counter threats by blocking IP addresses, killing off malicious processes, and isolating infected systems, which in turn prevented any further damage. The first step taken to configure the IDPS is access network environment. The first step was to check the health of the structure of the network. Our work began by visualizing the total network in detail in order to have a good overview of its structure, including critical assets, endpoints, and data flows. This comprehensive visual representation revealed that the necessary areas that should be kept under close observation. Detection of key assets like the customer database, servers, and sensitive data repositories was the first step in enabling us to choose where we should focus our security measures, and then by meetings. The second step is choosing the right IDPS. Choosing the right IDPS tool was the essence of this. Depending on the network environment, we opted for Network-Based Intrusion Detection System (NIDS) and Host-Based Intrusion Detection System (HIDS) to cover all bases. We also picked out an Intrusion Prevention System (IPS) that supports the IDS and provides the proactive threat mitigation solutions. By softly peeling the onion that different vendors and products offered us, we narrowed down our search for the best option that the company needs in features, scalability, and cost. The last step is planning deployment location. Effective monitoring will just be conceivable if the IDPS are correctly placed throughout the network. These NIDS sensors were carefully set up at the network's key points like the network edges, data centers, and some network segments that were of particular importance. Certainly, the whole network traffic was well checked. Mention should be made that alongside the above, HIDS was operated on particular servers, workstations, as well as the other endpoints to monitor the events that were going at the host level, which provided additional security.
Next solution is VPN. So what is VPN? VPN is a virtual private network that provides secure encrypted communication between companies' internal network and remote workers. By encrypting data, VPNs protect sensitive information from hackers and reduce the risk of interception over unprotected home or public networks, especially in remote or hybrid work setups.
Okay, so key configuration steps in VPNs. First, the selection of reliable VPN protocols. So we have OpenVPNs. This offers robust encryption and flexibility, making it widely used and highly secure. Next, we have WireGuard. It is a lightweight, modern protocol with simpler code and strong encryption, and providing better performance and reduced attack surfaces.
The second step is multi-factor authentication, which is MFA. MFA enhances security by requiring multiple identity verification such as passwords, one-time codes, or biometrics. This ensures attackers cannot bypass security even if some credentials are compromised. The third step is split tunneling. This is to configure to route critical business traffic through the VPN while allowing non-business traffic to bypass it. This approach reduces network congestion, improves resource allocation, and lower latency for non-essential services. The last step is regular software updates. Frequent updates ensure that VPNs remain protected against newly discovered vulnerabilities. automated patching was implemented where it is possible to reduce the chance of human error. The benefits of VPN implementation. First is encrypted data traffic. Sensitive information is encrypted using strong algorithms like AES-256. This prevents eavesdropping and man-in-the-middle attacks. Second is secure access points. This provides a safe connection for employees even on insecure public or home networks. Lastly is reduced attack surfaces. This limits entry points by ensuring all external users can access company systems exclusively through the VPN.
So, in conclusion, this assignment highlights the critical importance of robust cybersecurity measures in safeguarding e-commerce platform. By identifying these vulnerabilities such as outdated firewalls and weak password policies, we proposed effective solutions such as next-generation firewalls, intrusion detection and prevention system, and secure virtual private network configuration. This measure, combined with regular security assessment and staff training, can significantly enhance the organization's reliance against cyber attacks. Furthermore, our teamwork and effective use of collaboration tools like Google Docs and Canva and WhatsApp, we ensured a fair and efficient task distribution. By strengthening cybersecurity is not just about technology, but it's also about fostering collaboration and proactive strategies to protect sensitive data and maintain the trust in today's era. That's all from us. Thank you very much.